smoking.
All right.
You know, my diabetes, my numbers been high. So they just wanted me to. He's like, Dad, you can't do drink champs. I said, yo, and what it does is it starts deteriorating your body.
All right.
So.
And you good? Like, you got it under control?
No.
Oh, wow.
When my number gets too high, shot.
All right.
I told you, if you eat something and it tastes good, it's better.
Even too much fruit is sugar, depending on how the level of diabetes.
This is why my kids get mad, because I'm telling them, like, yo, I'm gonna live.
Right.
I'm like, y'all want me to die and not enjoy life. I'm gonna enjoy life and do certain
Right.
No, Dad, but you can't do that. I'm like, all right, stop me.
All right.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, make sure you check us out on Patreon at www.patreon.com/Hookah Anonymous _. You guys been telling us to create one for the longest, so we recently created a community where we will upload videos that we can't share on YouTube due to their guidelines. We'll also be dropping the latest to there first, behind the scenes information that you wouldn't find anywhere else on our socials. So make sure you become a member, and after you do that, head over to our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _ and follow us there. Now, without further ado, let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, very, very unfortunate news, as is being declared that Irv Gotti of Murder Inc., who was also a producer from back in the days, have recently passed away. Now, a lot of people may not know who Irv Gotti is because, like I said, he comes from the likes of producing for guys such as Jay-Z, DMX, Fat Joe, Ja Rule, Ashanti, and a whole bunch of other artists that come from the 90s pretty much. Now, he also co-founded the label Murder Inc. with Ja Rule, as well as with his brother, and they would carry out a long list of hits that they had back in the day. Now, as y'all know, he got into the whole big thing with 50 Cent between him, Ja Rule, and G-Unit, as well as getting indicted by the feds over his dealings with Kenneth Supreme McGriff, who was a New York kingpin and leader of the Supreme team from Queens in the 80s. Now, aside from those battles, Irv Gotti was battling a way worse problem of his own that not much people knew about until Irv Gotti spoke about it during his Drink Champs interview back in 2023. Irv will make it known that he was battling diabetes and struggled to maintain a healthy diet due to certain foods which wasn't good for him considering his condition. Irv has suffered from medical issues over the past few years and even had what he called a minor stroke last year. It will be made public by Whack 100 First, who informed the world that Irv Gotti wasn't doing too good health-wise after suffering from a stroke and having to now walk with a cane due to the incident. Now, some people believed it and some didn't. However, a not so good photo of Irv will be posted online showing that he was in a rehab center, forcing his team to speak out on his behalf and let the world know that he was okay. They will post on social media and say, quote, Irv has been struggling with diabetes for years, which caused him to have a minor stroke over 6 months ago. He has since changed his diet to eat more healthy. He's been successful in making a full recovery. Irv is not in a rehab facility. He is at home with his family, enjoying life. Now, in that situation, he may have been okay, but one thing about diabetes, you have to stay on top of it. It's one of those things where you have to be very cautious about what you put in your body, because all it takes is one wrong thing sometimes, and you could trigger your blood pressure to skyrocket and send your body into shock, causing it to have a stroke. Diabetes is also such a silent killer because you can have it sometimes and not even know unless you're keeping up with your health. You could literally have diabetes, show no symptoms until you go to the doctor. Or in worst cases, you can have it, not treat it properly by not going to a doctor and getting it checked up, and damage your body even more without even knowing, all because you left it untreated for so long. According to Google, diabetes is described as, quote, diabetes is a condition that happens when your blood sugar is too high. It develops when your pancreas doesn't make enough insulin or any at all, or when your body isn't responding to the effects of insulin properly. diabetes affects people of all ages. Most forms of diabetes are chronic, which means lifelong, and all forms are manageable with medications and or lifestyle changes. Now, the symptoms of diabetes include, quote, increased thirst and dry mouth, frequent urination, fatigue, blurred vision, unexplained weight loss, numbness or tingling in your hands or feet, slow healing sores or cuts, frequent skin and or vaginal yeast infections. And 9 times out of 10, y'all, hearing those symptoms now, if you feel any of that or been worrying that you have frequent urination or you're always thirsty or tired or your vision is being blurry, those are the most common signs of diabetes. And if you experience any of that, I advise you to go get checked up now before it's too late. Now, according to reports, recently Irv Gotti suffered from yet another stroke, and this time it wasn't as minor as he described it before. Rumors online would say that Irv Gotti had a stroke that led to a brain bleed. Now, I'm not too sure about how strokes work, but after doing my research, the type of stroke Irv Gotti suffered this time is known as an intracranial hemorrhage. It's a stroke that causes blood to pool between your brain and skull, and it prevents oxygen from reaching your brain. Now, you can be saved from it, although it sounds intense, but in order to be saved, you have to have medics treating you almost ASAP to help. If not, the outcome is almost always fatal. Now, it seems like everything moved quick, unfortunately, for Irv Gotti, because just hours ago we were told that he was on life support after suffering from a stroke. Typically, when someone is on life support, it's rare they make it off, and if they do, it's a blessing. But in Irv Gotti's case, blog sources have stated that Irv Gotti has been declared deceased at the age of 54. Hip-hop mogul Russell Simmons would take to social media after news broke of Irv Gotti being on life support to share a conversation he's had with Irv Gotti, knowing of him suffering from diabetes. According to Russell Simmons, he tried to get Irv Gotti to come out to Bali, where he's been, and receive natural medical treatment for his condition, but he says Irv Gotti never made it. Many believe that natural healing, using herbs and other remedies to cure sicknesses like diabetes and such, is better than pharmaceutical medications that they prescribe. And as y'all know, a lot of medications we're given to fight off sicknesses and other ailments doesn't typically get rid of whatever you have. It just maintains it. It's unclear if Gotti was even taking what he was given to fight off the diabetes, because he did say that he had a crazy diet that he really couldn't resist. But who knows? Maybe if he would have went to seek natural treatment from Bali with Russell Simmons, maybe things would be different. But aside from that, one thing we know about 50 Cent, once you're an enemy of his, you're an enemy for life, no matter what. We told y'all earlier that it seems like everything happened so fast, because as soon as we heard Irv Gotti was on life support, shortly after that, we would hear that he passed away. But when the initial news of him being on life support came out, 50 had a few things to say concerning the news. He would post a headline of Irv Gotti being on life support and caption it as he would say, quote, "Damn, I want him to see my new shows, yo." And he put the down emoji. Now, I don't have to say much about that. Clearly, y'all should know 50 by now, and even if you don't know him, you should understand sarcasm, as it should be a second language. Some may say 50 got no chill, but if y'all been following him throughout his career, you shouldn't even be surprised. We've seen 50 recently go at Big Meech after they was, I guess, friends, over his picture with Rick Ross, called him a rat, and now he has the whole internet buzzing, calling Meech a rat and doing their investigations, trying to get to the bottom of the allegations. Now, aside from all that, man, if this is in fact true, because we haven't got no real confirmation from any family members that's related to Irv Gotti, but like I said, as y'all know, word always travels fast, and according to social media and some reputable blogs, Irv Gotti has been pronounced deceased. Very unfortunate, man. My condolences go out to his family. However, y'all out there, let this be a lesson. Please be on top of your health, even if you don't believe in going to doctors, or even if you believe in healing yourself. At least stay on top of that. Get your monthly checkups. Make sure you're good before it's way too late. I know Irv Gotti didn't wake up and think that he was going to suffer from a stroke, and even if he did, I know he didn't think that it was going to be his last time on this earth, which is very unfortunate, but it also points out how fast life could change in the blink of an eye. So y'all be safe out there, man. My condolences once again to Irv Gotti and his family, and rest in peace. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.